Okay.
All right, here we go. I'm gonna start from the top. All right, hello everyone. This is Noelle Figueroa, also known as the Anointed Pen. Welcome to this edition of Scribes Cafe. And our theme for this evening is your legacy matters. For those that are not already familiar with me, I am Noelle Figueroa. I am a poet, author, blogger, workshop facilitator, and event host, and I established Poets with Purpose back in 2018. Now, tonight's theme is legacy, and Webster's definition of legacy was a gift by will, especially of money or other personal property, or something transmitted by or received from an ancestor or predecessor from the past. I do my best to make it known to poets that we have a responsibility to leave a legacy for those that are coming up after us. Whether we realize it or not, we're leaving a legacy with our words. Our words have impact and our words have meaning, regardless of the subject matter that we choose to talk about or write about. We all have something to say and have something to offer, and we may not reach everybody, but we will reach somebody. We have a set of assigned people that we will reach, and we never know we never know. We just never know who we might be inspiring with our words. So I just encourage all poets to keep writing, keep immersing yourself in your work, keep believing in your art, and you never know how far it can take you. Now tonight, what we'll be doing is I'll be going down the list of names that I have already, and then those that remain, if you choose to read, if you choose to want to read tonight, you will be welcome to do so. So stepping up to the mic first will be Douglas Kayla.
Hey guys, how you doing? I guess I'll redo that. You can find me on Instagram, Douglas G Cala. That's Douglas, my first name, G-C-A-L-A. And Facebook also, Douglas G Cala. I will jump right into my poems. Um, I'll do them. Yeah, I'll do a second take on this one. This one is untitled. Um, and I wrote it and revised it a few days ago. So you'll be able to yeah, so here it goes. I'm gonna spit this again. Here it goes. I tear off my breastplate and cast it into the fire, embers crackling as it twists, morphing into a new creature. If I were forged from the collision of atoms, I will return to corporeal refuge. Let me light the dynamite to course correct the locomotive that's screeching off track. As passengers panic, I remain resolved. Drones observe the callousness behind humanity's veil. Were they sent from an alien race to monitor and probe, or by the government to collect additional data? Missourians shoot them out of the sky with their rifles, smiling at each crack shot as their wives and daughters observe in horror. I release everything that impeded me before. By God's grace, I am still breathing, despite my frequent failings. Poor judgment and indiscretion led me here. Charred remains of a former me are now the stuff of legend. Soot on the ground beneath regimented boots that guard working class secrets. My arm distends as I attempt to make earnest amends with those I've hurt. No one is immune to genuine suffering. It takes different forms, but slaying the cabal of beasts has become my frequent pastime. As American as baseball and beer, as truthful as the healing soothsayer to the injured, I emerge from an aromatherapeutic bath and begin to crunch numbers doing the math. Allow me to spread the equity around before ever making a sound. That's the first one. And this one is called Quicksand. And it was published in a magazine called A Thin Slice of Anxiety earlier this year. So here goes. Sinking, submerging in residual darkness, severed from atmospheric light. These bones carry great plight. Plot thickens, harsh realities not always promising renewed tomorrows. Another breath, another sigh, recoiled, release. Restless toes curl from too many sleepless nights, weaving in and out of wakefulness. Your face blanketing my dreams, even though you no longer darken my door. Hedged bets against the losing hand, cherished every part of you, every interaction, no misstep. Yet, despite best intentions, grandfather's clock gong whooshes me out of my love stupor. Face planting on a bed of broken reality, deferred dreams deafening, atom splits, separates from nucleus. Now it exists as an organism without a guiding system. Momentous occasions grind to a halt. Melody from your well-formed lips cease their serenade. Wounds from prior battles produce scar tissue. Scalpel that was once used to suture now cuts through emaciated flesh that breaks with ease of slight penetration. Quicksand circumvents, creating its own reflective crystal dungeon. Thank you.
Yes, yes, definitely fire material, Douglas. Thank you so much for coming through. Do you have any event announcements or projects that you'd like to share with everyone?
I do. I have a collaborative chapbook coming out in January, uh, featuring another poet and friend of mine. His name is Jacob R. Moses. Um, he featured with us at the Poetry Festival this year, at Governor's Island. So he and I wrote a collection together. It's an 8 poem chapbook, about like 30 pages or so, and it's coming out. It's called Tuesday Night Beats, and it's coming out middle of January. I'm also working on an album, another spoken word album, full length 10-track spoken word hybrid music album. That's called Ambrosia, which in Greek means immortality. And I'm trying to get a grant for that, actually, hopefully. So we'll see. Yeah, anyway, those are my two major announcements. So that's pretty much it.
Yeah, that's great, man. That's great. Congratulations. And where can you be found on social media for those that don't
Oh,
know?
sure. I'll repeat that. On Instagram, it's Douglas G. Calla. That's my first, middle initial, and last name. And Facebook also is the same thing, Douglas G. Calla, Cala. Thanks, guys.
Awesome. Thanks, Douglas.
Yep.
That was great. Much appreciated. Okay, y'all, for those of you that may be joining in, I want to apologize again for the technical difficulties. I guess that's what happens when you're a little rusty and haven't done this in a while. But you are now experiencing Scribes Cafe, hosted by yours truly, Noel A. Figueroa. And as I mentioned in the beginning, the theme of tonight is legacies. Your legacy matters. And I was just stressing the importance of us being poets, knowing and understanding that we're leaving a legacy with our words, regardless of how we present ourselves, regardless of the subjects that we choose to write about. We all have something to say and something to contribute, and we never know how much we may be inspiring somebody. And and our words can leave a lasting impression even way after we're long gone. And we've had examples of that. Nikki Giovanni, who most recently passed away, is an example of a person who left a legacy with her words. And we as poets, have the ability to do the same. Now, without further ado, I'd like to call the next poet up to the mic, Michael Anthony Ingram.
All right. Thank you very much. I
How
bring
you
you
doing,
greetings
Michael?
I'm quite well. I bring you greetings from Washington, D.C. And I'd like to share two pieces. The first is titled Grammatically incorrect, excuse me, a spoken word symphony. So when I think of legacy with this particular piece, it's the powerful poets to be themselves, their authentic selves. So hopefully that's what I contribute to the world of poetry, is just being me. So here we go. They try to box me in, pin me down with labels, nouns that hang heavy, excuse me, verbs that dictate my every move. But I am not an object to be possessed, nor a marionette. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Uh, Having difficulty, excuse me, recovering from COVID, so I'm having a hard time here. Wegovy may cause low blood sugar in people with. Hello?
Yeah, you good. I can hear you.
Did you hear what I said? That I'm having difficulty due to COVID, recovering from COVID, so it's hard for me to.
If he has dentures on, he should.
Yeah, that's okay, man. No worries.
All right then. Oh shit. Okay. Here we go. Here we go. I'm gonna take that tooth out. I misplaced it. I chipped it, so I'm gonna take it out. Here we go. Hey, this is my legacy, being authentic. This is grammatically incorrect. A spoken word symphony. They tried to box me in, pin me down with labels, nouns that hang heavy, verbs that dictate my every move. But I'm not an object to be possessed, nor a marionette with strings for lips. I'm not a whisper of is or was, not a future tense that they can predict. My being is a hurricane, ever shifting, rewriting its own narrative, unfurling in defiance of its finite definitions. Forget your adjectives, your modifiers that diminish me. My light burns too bright to be dimmed by their pale descriptions. I'm not dependent on them for their approval, their scale of good or bad. I wear my uniqueness as a crown, a tapestry woven from the threads of resilience and fire. Conjunctions cannot connect me to their expectations. Prepositions cannot place me before their gaze. I am not an afterthought. I am not a footnote in their grand narrative. My voice will rise, a chorus untamed, unconfined by their rules. Yes, I'm grammatically incorrect. A sentence that breaks the mold. My language is the language of rebellion, a symphony of the marginalized, the misunderstood. It sings of freedom, of carving my own path, of being emphatically me, unapologetically me. Take me as I am, a riot of color, a whirlwind of emotions. I am the sunrise bursting through cracked pavements that you find bloom in the desert sand. I am not an era, I'm an evolution, a testament to the beauty that lies beyond the confines of your textbook graph. So let them parse me, analyze me, label me with their sterile terms. I will laugh in the face of their limitations, for I am free, not just grammatically, but in my soul, in my spirit, in the very essence of my being. There is nothing about me that can be described as a noun, a verb, or a cage. I cannot be either and or budded out of existence. I am not. I am a phoenix that rises from the ashes, wings ablaze, forever soaring beyond the reaches of someone else's prescribed world. I fearlessly embrace my own individuality while I make my own mark in history. So that's the legacy I'd like to impart to those people that I work with in terms of poetry. I did not mention, I host and produce the podcast Quintessential Poetry, online radio, YouTube, and Zoom. And you can reach me at Quintessential Poetry on Facebook, and I'll put the rest one. This is the legacy that I believe that my parents left for me to pass on to my kids. Has anyone here ever had to shell any beans or shuck any corn or peel any potatoes growing up? And sometimes you did not want to do those things potentially. I know I didn't when my mom asked me to do them. But I also remember all the times that she shelled beans for me without question. Why should I not do the same thing for her? So this piece is titled Shelling Beans. I dedicate it to the tribute of my mother, but I think the message is universal. And again, this is Shelling Beans. In a small southern town, not too far from the one that you no longer claim, I recently visited my mama. I need to get away from the maddening crowd, the boast for talking aloud. Now I am no longer what I once was. I left that back there just because. I needed to see her face. Behold, the originator of a race. I need to let my mama know that her son was truly on the go. You see, in the grand scheme of life, mine was clearly without strife and overcome that small town mentality, embrace big city formality. I was a John among men, degreed and all too big to fall. I want to let my mama know that I become all that and more. In the kitchen there she sat. Big, beautiful, black and fat, smiles from ear to ear. Her baby was home too long that he'd been gone. God's done come. Oh, cousin Nessie snickered. You see, some poor boys were in jail, so jealousy oftentimes flickered. Mama, in a loud voice I proclaimed, for you, the world I've tamed. I'm bigger than big, bolder than bold. When I walk, my way is paved with silver and gold. So ask me, Mama, about the places I've been and the people I've seen. You need some money? Here's yours, my pockets are filled with green. Come, son, she said, in a voice both nice and sweet, come sit here at the table and help your mama while she's still able. Child, what a day I've seen. Grab that sack and help shell these beans. Mama said, with an incredulous voice, I came back here by choice. I've been out walking with kings and queens. I don't remember anything about shelling beans. You see, shelling beans is for the common man. I gave that up when I left the land. So ask me, mama, about my plate of riches. You need a new dress, I'll buy you one inlaid with gold stitches. She looked at me in her wise old way. Although I did not know exactly what she would say, I knew that it would contain the wisdom of the ages. You see, she had lived a good life. Therefore, her life book was full of pages. She said, son, don't you ever forget, no matter how big you get, that life's about more than being able to walk with kings and queens. Life is remember how to do the common simple things like shelling beans. Because if you've forgotten how to shell beans, shelling beans is a time-honored task. So if you don't remember how, then I should have never asked. For it means that you've forgotten that true wealth comes from the fruit of the earth, from any place else. What is its real worth? So, my son, tell me your story. Is it only of the riches and the glory, or is it also remembering how to do the common simple things like shelling beans in addition to all that you say? Mama said in a sheepish voice that trembled, but not by choice. I do remember. So I grabbed that sack and helped shell those beans. And we shelled, but we don't like ours, it seemed. But on that day, I did not mind shelling beans because I shelled them at the feet of a queen. Thank you.
Wow, wow, wow. Well, thank you for coming through with that. As it's straight up powerful. And considering you just said that you were not feeling all that great and you came through like that, man, listen, I could only imagine when you're 100%. Wow, wow, wow.
But thank you for indulging me. Like I said again, I chipped my tooth and I tried to put it in, but it wasn't working. So once I was authentic and me, everything worked out fine. So I'm glad to be here.
Well,
Thank you.
definitely some powerful material. Thank you for stopping by and pleasure connecting with you. Can you share where you can be found on social media if you're on social media?
Yes. Again, I host and produce the podcast Quintessential Poetry, online radio, YouTube, and Zoom. So when you talk about being a podcast host, I know what you mean. So you can find me at www, of course, QPORYTZ. That's online radio, QPORYTZ.com. I'm also on Facebook at Quintessential Poetry. That's my Facebook group. So if you go there first, that might be the easiest. Quintessential Poetry on Facebook. Thank you. And to all of you, happy holidays and keep on shelling beans. Thank you.
Awesome, bro. Awesome, bro. Thank you so much for sharing that material. Now, just a reminder for those that may be logging in at the moment, please be sure that you're on mute as to not interrupt the poets while they're performing. Thank you so much, brother. Now, next up to the mic, we have Michelle Monique. Michelle, are you ready?
I'm ready. Hello,
Hey,
everyone.
Michelle, how you doing? Good to see you again.
I'm good. Good to see you too, Noel. Happy holidays to everyone.
Happy holidays.
Thank you. Hi, everyone. So I'm Michelle Davis. I am a multidisciplinary artist, a published author of 2 poetry books. I just put my website in the chat, and I'm going to be sharing 2 poems from my book, Lost and Found. I looked for life in your text. Instead, I was met with sunflowers, my screensaver, and a message box with no new numbers. I looked for answers in your voice. Instead, your words spoken were like daggers to my thoughts, stabbing my creativity, my feelings, my ideas, my everything. I bled my power of autonomy to help you feel useful. Dignified blood gushed out of me, as if I didn't really need it, as if he was the one that kept me breathing. He wasn't. He won't rob me of my power any longer, nor subjugate my rights and my uniqueness. What I need is not always easy to answer, but I know in the depths of me, under French vanilla skin, infested with insecurity, behind wide smiles and constant laughs, crying for help, beneath greeting texts, pleading for intimate connections, there is a warmth only found in divine souls. A heart so immense and warm, it is the sun's only competition, and a smile that lasts for light years, that it almost feels like it's genuine. Thank you. That's the first one. I'm going to share one more. Okay. So this one was actually inspired by Maya Angelou. And my book, Lost and Found, is divided into 3 chapters: Lost, Searching, and Found. And it's about me finding myself despite insecurities and self-doubt, and using poetry to help find myself again. It's been 7 days with a dab of forever. The floodgates haven't yet opened, but it seems I walk with a weight I didn't ask for. As if each heartbreak is a link in a massive chain of defeats, I'm not sure how much longer I can survive with the wind knocked out of me. Loss after loss after loss, simultaneously finding myself after each one. As if I lose myself in these relationships, I try to find myself. I am often blinded, stuck in a fog of desperate approval, constantly looking around rather than within. My penmanship has always taken a liking to the words, "I love you." A couple years ago, I replaced you for me, and I've been trying to live that way ever since. I love me. 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 Thank you. Those are my poems. Both of my books can be found on my website. You can also find me on Instagram at infinite.expressions8. And I'll put that also in the chat.
Michelle, that was awesome. Thank you so much for coming through. I appreciate your poetry. Always a pleasure hearing your work. Do you have anything coming up that you'd like to share? Any events or projects you're working on?
I do not right now, but if people check out my website, I'm sure I'll have something pretty soon. But thank you, Noel. Thank you for this opportunity, and great to see you and everyone again.
Yeah, likewise. Thank you so much for coming through. I guess it's my turn, ladies and gentlemen, and I actually have some new material that I'm excited to share with you. So I'm going to share my screen right about now. One second, because I just had it and it just disappeared. Okay, here we go. All right. This piece, you can find this posted, well, it's posted on pretty much all my social media, but I'm pulling this from from my blog, The Anointed Pen Scrolls, because I guess it could be seen better, in this type of format. This is a new poem that I wrote recently while I was on the train heading home. And I got the inspiration to put this together. It's called Dreaming of a Different Train. If only this was the Orient Express. If only this was the Orient Express, or an ICE train, ICE standing for Intercity Express, train zipping through Germany, or a Shinkansen flying on the tracks to Osaka. Instead, I'm delegated to the depths of the IND. Instead of scenic countrysides and foreign cityscapes, flashing tunnel lights and station names are my only view with my tired eyes after another shift of soul torture, another ungodly hour subway ride filled with multiple transfers and dodging the creepy night people, sharing space with other overworked and underpaid, tired night shift staff. If only this was a European night train to an extravagant locale full of wonder. How I wonder how long I must stay local with a global mind and heart that breaks slowly from a dream deferred. Thank you. So that's Dreaming of a Different Train. And now let's see, for my next piece, let's see here. This is another piece I wrote while riding the train. It's just a short piece and it's untitled. It's a long way to the top. Will I ever get there? I'm moving up, but is it fast enough? Don't rush. Enjoy the view on the way. Enjoy the view on the way, they say. I understand the sentiment, but understand there's no joy in the struggle. It's work trying to find my solace. The top seems so far away. I imagine the view when I get there. I imagine the feeling of saying, finally. I understand that I must travel and travel light, release the burdens and keep moving up, enjoy and produce during the journey, but most of all have peace and trust God. Keep going up and looking up until you get to the top. Thank you. So that was Untitled. That was another poem that I had wrote in the subway recently. Okay, y'all, so now what we're gonna do now is, let's see. What happened to, oh, here we go. Okay, right now, okay, because right now I'm gonna open the floor to all. If any of the poets that read would like to read another piece, or if there's anybody in the audience that wants to read a poem, feel free to speak. Any poets that read already that like to read another piece? Michael? Okay.
Thank you. This is, excuse me, this is titled, I Am Icarus, Black Icarus. You scroll down here, hold on one second. Here we go. Actually, the title is Black Icarus Falling. My name is Icarus, Black Icarus to be exact. And like my namesake, I too have fallen out of the sky. Fallen so low that sometimes I feel like a motherless child, swimming in a pool of my own tears, shame, and despair. Sadly, I never learned how to swim, so I'm drowning in those shallow, eagerly waits like Camelot of old. In the distance, I can't wade back to a shore that does not exist. Sometimes I feel like a motherless child. My mind is dark and cavernous. Nothing good ever escapes or trips the distant light fantastic. Foreboding nihilism mocks my belief in Hamlet's quizzical pondering of to be or not to be is the question. For to be or not to be is never a question in a Black life when a Black life does not matter. Ephemeral notions of mattering quickly vanish and appear alone in a distant galaxy that will never be visited. Sometimes I feel like a motherless child, climbing a mountain that is not there. My dreams of reaching the top of Hillary's Everest or ascending over the clouds of Kilimanjaro fade quickly when my breath gives out after I attempt to climb above every defeat. I see how Medgar Evers, Malcolm X, and Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., 3 Black Icaruses assassinated by bullets loaded in hate-fueled guns, tragically fell from progress-drenched skies because they chose to fly too close to freedom, to dignity, and to self-respect. Sometimes I feel like a motherless child, walking away from a life that was not made for me. Although I searched corridors inside corridors, mirrors inside mirrors, I could still not find my face. Although it's there, now jagged, grizzled, and forlorn, from thirstily drinking granules of life found only inside the baked brown sand dunes blanketing the Sahara. Sometimes I feel like a motherless child. Each step forward includes 20 steps back, restarting at the beginning of parallel lines that soon give way to swirls and bends and curves that feverishly dances over to the otherworldly theme of music of the Twilight Zone. Sometimes I feel like a motherless child, a long way from home. Thank you.
Awesome, awesome. That was powerful. That was powerful. Thank you, Michael. That was excellent.
I appreciate that.
Awesome, awesome. Douglas, you can step up to the mic and Michelle will go right after you.
All right, cool. All right. This one is called taking the victors to task. Light the candle. Splintering of conscience. A meeting adjourns. Able-minded warriors utilize their skills muscled by the gods. They, in lockstep with the rhythms of conformity, lies espoused from tongues too coarse for cohesive speech. Satellites installed by super conglomerate spy on society, frontiers of evolution have amounted to this. A new technological arms race, speeches to save face do no courtesy, stifled by corruption. We need a reduction in rampant injustice. Laced by rhapsody, they think if you sing it, it'll be a little more palatable. Purgatory probes. Can we galvanize hope in force to act as a lure for better tomorrows? Waves of tepid oceanic filth clog a once clear shoreline. Agricultural abundance once deterred the abominable. We are all bearing witness to a new age of man, a sinister web of name-calling and self-aggrandizement that even cosmetic surgery can't obscure. It is time to take the victors to task. Poem.
Yes. Awesome piece. Thanks, Douglas. That was excellent. Michelle?
Yes, I will share one more from my book as well. This reads a little bit more like prose. Write for yourself. Write for me. Write for the child buried deep inside, the one that parted long ago. When did you mature? When were you considered an adult? Was it 18? Was it 7? Are you still trying to figure out what that means? Write for yourself. Write for me. Stop trying to share only your most precious parts. I'm sorry. Do you sense my aggression? It's really quite passive, quite contradictory to how I've been described. I've been a tightrope walker for as long as I can remember. Left foot, compassion. Right foot, confidence. Left foot, stay kind. Right foot, assertion. No, aggression. I'm losing my balance. I'm falling. My stomach flies out of my mouth. My hands grasp exactly what I feel on the inside. Nothing. I'm left, left, left to surrender. Poem. Thank you all.
Wow, that was excellent, Michelle. Thank you so much. That was excellent. I think I'm gonna go ahead and jump in with another one. And this one, this one is hitting because, Michael, that last poem that you did, there was a line that pretty much resonates with what I have in my poem. And you'll see what I mean when I share it. This poem is called I Choose to Dream, and I dedicated this to Tyrone and Paula Ralph Brickett. And as a matter of fact, can everyone see that? I'm going to read it from here. Sometimes I feel like I'm already there. Sometimes I feel it could be any day now. Sometimes I feel like I'm already there. The dream will come alive. The dream will come alive. Paula's voice, vibrant and definitive. Tyrone's saxophone, making a joyful noise. This is what I would hear. This is what I would hear from their third floor window. It was like a clarion call defying the chaos and congestion of the city. This is what I heard. This is what I heard when I was at my lowest, when I wanted to throw it all away in despair, when I felt like I didn't and nothing mattered, when I felt like I didn't matter, and when I felt like nothing mattered. This is what I would hear. This is what I would hear. Sometimes I feel like I'm already there. Sometimes I feel it could be any day now. Sometimes I feel like I'm already there. The dream will come alive. The dream will come alive. This is what I heard. This is what I heard. This is what I heard that got etched deep into my soul. I was given the gift of possibility when none existed. I was given a piece of hope when the entirety of hope was chipped away piece by piece. This is what was declared when every door was shut in my face, when I drowned in other disgust, but was thrown a lifeline just in time to hear these words of hope and liberation from my pain. This was a clarion call to be renewed to the idea of hope and possibility. Sometimes I feel like I'm already there. Sometimes I feel it could be any day now. Sometimes I feel like I'm already there. The dream will come alive. The dream will come alive. I was provoked to dream. I was provoked to dream. I was provoked to restore my vision. I was embraced with the compassion from verses from a liberation song, giving strength for the journey, a declaration of newness, an invitation to walk in the light of life, hands that reach for me with love to pull me up and out of the pit, love that reaffirmed me and reminded me, love that reaffirmed me and reminded me, love that reaffirmed me and reminded me that I matter, love that was healing and reminding me that my dreams still mattered, love that reminded me that I can make the dream real until it's tangible. Sometimes I feel like I'm already there. Sometimes I feel it can be any day now. Sometimes I feel like I'm already there. The dream will come alive. The dream will come alive. I choose to dream. I choose to dream. I choose to see what others can't see. I choose to see myself greater than what I am now. I choose to see myself beyond my limitations. I choose to believe that if God said it, then it's already done. Sometimes I feel like I'm already there. Sometimes I feel it can be any day now. Sometimes I feel like I'm already there. The dream will come alive. The dream will come alive. Yes, my brother, the dream will come alive. The dream will come alive. Thank you. Thank you so much. So that poem was essentially inspired by a song. I believe the title is called Motherless Child Revisited. And if you do a search for Tyrone Impala, Ralph Burkett, you'll come across that track in their archives, I believe. They might have it on YouTube. I'm not 100% sure, but that's where the inspiration for this poem came from. So when Michael did his piece, it clicked with me to do that poem because that line hit the same exact way. So Michael, thank you for sharing that. And thank you all for listening and for your time and attention. I really appreciate it. I don't want to prolong the hour because I know there's just a few of us on here. But if any of you wants to share another poem, if there's anyone that happens to join in late that wants to read, feel free to share now. Otherwise we can close out. Hey, Tommy, how you doing, brother? How you doing, bro?
I'm pretty great, thank you.
Excellent.
I'm pretty great. Actually, putting one foot in front of the other. It's like, this is the season and so many things are happening, so many things are going on. Events are happening and friends are gathering and family still. And forgive me, my lighting is not the best. I'm trying to figure out this thing. But yeah, I told myself that I was going to chill tonight. I wasn't going to be trying to run here and catch this and do that. And so I'm grateful to be here. I'm getting filled. Words are so amazing when shared in this way. I'm an actor, singer, come from dance and all that. And I would often tell Noel, well, I've always longed to really write, to write. People shared with me from time to time that was something that they felt would be good for me to do. So with the little journaling that I've done, egged on by, people always talking about it, like Oprah, et cetera, the importance of journaling. I would do that from time to time. But anyway, in having conversations with Noel, I decided and was encouraged to start writing. But this is short and simple, and it's what I love to talk about, love. I consider myself a very intimate kind of guy, sensitive spirit. So here, in the long of the night, I seek for you to bring to me on the wings of the dove, your light, your spirit, your love, so that I may calm the longing I hold so in the eternal sea of my highest self. With unsurpassed aspirations, I wait. I wait. I wait. And I know in joy and great good love, you will come to my soul. That's it.
Nice, brother. Thank you for coming through, man. That was an excellent piece.
Oh, great.
Appreciate that, man. Thank you. Excellent. Hey, Douglas, did you want to come back through with another one?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I can. I mean,
Awesome.
if nobody else is going, I mean,
Yeah,
I can go all day.
Yeah, you could go ahead. That's cool.
All right, I'll do one more. see. What's a good one? Let me see. What's a good one that I did? Here we go. This one's nice and short. This is a sonnet that I wrote. Let me just do this. Yeah, I'll just do one more tonight. It's called Poltergeist. Death knell to this democracy, an imbalance to our life force, a ship capsizing, unsteady in its course, a written future, byproduct of prophecy, diminishing the worth of our currency, voiceless utterances, language mangled and coarse. We collectively struggle to decipher coded Morse. Inquire or retire. What's left of our economy? What do we do but dry heave and scream into the labyrinthine void of emptiness? Ultimate unchecked power may teem. Magnitudes of blatant hate, unworthiness deem. This nation bound to primordial laziness, stripped of human liberty, reality cut from its seam. Poem.
Hey, Douglas, that's a great piece, man. Great piece. Thank you for sharing. Appreciate that. Thank you. All right, y'all. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to share one last poem and then, share a couple of announcements and then we'll close out. This piece is a fairly new piece, about a year old, I would say about a year old, fairly new, more or less. It's called Gills and Tales. This is my tribute to Amel Leroux. Can I come up? Can I come up? Can I come up for air? Can I come up? Can I come up? Can I come up for air? Can I come up? Can I come up? Can I come up for air? Back in 2000, you said that you knew I was down, but then you asked me, when am I going to get up? When am I going to get up? Now it's 2024, and I'm still asking the same question. When am I going to get up? When am I going to get up? Because I've been down more than up. I've been down more than up. Marathon strokes in the deep sea of despair have had me growing gills and tails as I sink deeper into the abyss. Can I come up? Can I come up? Can I come up for air? Can I come up? Can I come up? Can I come up for air? How factual, the unpredictability of life, swimming 1 minute, then drowning the next, praying you're not taken out by the next big wave, while fighting to the surface, fighting to breathe, trying to perceive of a better situation than switching between the doggy paddle and the backstroke, or floating helplessly. Can I come up? Can I come up? Can I come up for air? Can I come up? Can I come up? Can I come up for air? You said you were in the company of gills and tails. I may have pulled an Alice in Wonderland, tumbling down behind you, watching your skin grow scales and watching mine follow suit, because we are on the receiving end of lifing. Can I come up? Can I come up? Can I come up for air? Can I come up? Can I come up? Can I come up for air? Life can be one big fight to breathe, like a fish out of water, evicted to an unnatural state of being. Dare we drown or race to the surface to inhale fresh air and exhale the despair and deprivation? Do we stay in the company of gills and tails, or leave and remove the gills and tails that have become our own? Can I come up? Can I come up? Can I come up for air? Can I come up? Can you come up? Can we come up for air? Thank you. So that was Gills and Tales, y'all. Thank you. So I thank you all so much for your time and attention and participation. I'm just going to share a couple of announcements and then I'm going to close out. All right, where is, oh, here we go. So thank you all so much. For those that don't already know, Poets with Purpose is now online at poetswithpurpose.wordpress.com. There you'll see, poetry posted. I will be posting quotes. There will be other announcements. There is an archive of events from Poets with Purpose and the PWP Sessions podcast that everybody can view at their leisure. And there's other sections for y'all to check out as well. And I just made some updates recently, so I'm very excited about that. Also, I'm very excited to be relaunching my podcast again for season 4, Friday, January 17th, 2025 at 8 p.m. I have the opportunity to interview a poet by the name of Sean Lackerson. He goes by the name King Sean the Dawn. So I'm sure that'll be an awesome interview. So set your calendars. Be sure to tune into that. You don't want to miss it. I think it's going to be an awesome start to season 4. So with that, ladies and gentlemen, I'm closing out this evening. But first and foremost, I want to say thank you so much. I want to thank each and every one of you that participated. I want to thank everyone in the audience. Thank you all so much for your support, for your participation. You know, it really means a lot to me. Future open mics for Poets with Purpose are to be announced. For more information about Poets with Purpose, you can give me a call at 646-372-6230. Email poetswithpurpose@gmail.com, or as I already mentioned, poetswithpurpose.wordpress.com. I'm also excited about the fact that I am Poets with Purpose is now on Instagram. Instagram handle is @poets_with_purpose. So be sure to follow there as well to stay connected for all event announcements and other things relating to Poets with Purpose. And I also want to thank my team at Eclipse Graphics New York. You know, they're the ones responsible for all of my flyers and all of my logos. If you need any type of design work done, be sure to reach out to them. You can find them on Instagram @EclipseGraphicsNY and their website, eclipsegraphicsny.com. And lastly, for anyone that chooses to or desires to make a donation, then you can do so through PayPal, Tap Media Man, Cash App, $anointed pen, or through Zelle, utilizing my phone number, 646-372-6230. And that, ladies and gentlemen, concludes Scribes Cafe. Again, y'all, I want to thank you all so much. I appreciate the support. I know this was kind of last minute, so I do apologize, but you know, I felt the need to throw something together. So I'm glad I was able to push through and to make this happen. So thank you so much for your participation. Thank you all so much for your support. And be sure to stay tuned for future updates. This event will be uploaded to the Poets with Purpose YouTube channel within the next hour or so. So you will be able to go back and replay it at your leisure. So be on the lookout for that. Again, thank you all, everybody. I appreciate your time and attention and support. Thank you all so much. You all have a good night and God bless. Thank you.
Thank you. Grateful.
Thank you.
Everybody, thank you. God bless.
Congratulations, everyone. Amazing.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Have a good night, y'all. Peace.